What's going on with my stream? There it is. Alright. Got a good stable channel going. Hopefully these audio levels are good. Oh, you can see my cursor. I gotta make sure to not have that visible. Alright, let's move this a little bit. Let me actually make sure I know how to use this. Well, honestly, this is fine. We don't really need to make like have this fancy split. I actually don't know how to use this. It's been so long that they've added all these features to this speedrun timer that I just don't it's actually like you actually have to put work into making this look good if you want to like present this speedrun table to people visually on a stream. But it works, and I think that's alright. I mean, the only issue is I can't, it won't let me, oh no, here we go, global hotkeys. Oh, nice. Sweet. I'm totally a professional at what I'm doing right now. That's fine. I'll figure it out. So, oh wait, let me mess with something. Use rainbow for best segment. Oh, whatever. I actually don't use headphones when I stream, which is something I should probably default to, just so the audio doesn't bleed over to the microphone, but that's fine. But I think this is looking good. So I guess I'll just kind of quickly run through what's going to happen today. This will be a fairly short stream. We're just going to be speedrunning a game I made with another guy for last year's Global Game Jam. That would be, wait, was it? It was Global Game Jam 2018, and in that it takes place in January, and I went to a campus and I worked with this guy named Kevin, and he was a programmer. So we worked together to create essentially a sort of a puzzle platformer. It's not really puzzle heavy, but there's light elements of puzzling. But of course, when you make a game for a game jam, usually you have a design theme that you have to follow. For this project, the theme for last year's Global Game Jam was transmission. So essentially the definition of transmission is well, I don't actually have Google with me right now, but that's the thing we had to follow. So for this game, you'll kind of see with the mechanics that you'll essentially have to transfer a crystal to its goal is the premise for every level. So for those who don't know what the Global Game Jam is, that is it's an annual event where people all around the world get together at different places, campuses, and they all meet up, and essentially they just form a group to make a game in 48 hours. Usually, I'm pretty sure it always takes place on the weekend, so you have to make a game in 48 hours. I think it usually starts at 5 p.m. and ends at 5 p.m. on Sunday. Starts 5 p.m. Friday, ends 5 p.m. Sunday. But I think I kind of explained this game fairly well. This game is free. You can play it. Actually, let me go ahead and put the link for. I wonder if this will work. Yeah, there's a link for my page, but let me just go ahead and put because the stream will archive the links in the chat. So you can, of course, if you're watching this archive on Twitch, you can look right over at the chat, and I'll go ahead and leave the link for the game. Okay, Global Game Jam page. Technically, this is where the game is located on my page, in case you're curious, but here's the Global Game Jam page. Yep. Now what's cool about this game is not only is it free, and it's a quick playthrough, but you can also download the source files from that link to the Global Game Jam page. So feel free to check that out if you have Game Maker 2. And yeah, it's a short game. It's not too hard either. It's not like Dark Souls or anything. Though it could be, I guess, if maybe you're playing with your feet. So I'm actually, what I'm probably going to do right now is, just for the sake of kind of demonstrating the game, we're just going to do a sort of a quick playthrough, and I'll kind of explain stuff, and then we'll actually try to do some speed runs. Let's just kind of mess around a little bit. The year is 2000. The world is dead. However, below the surface, the world can be saved by crystals. I actually couldn't read what that said. So it's got pretty simple, straightforward mechanics. You move around on the ground. You can walk up and down slopes, at least up them, but down you just kind of fall through them, or fall. You don't really move with the slope. I guess that's the word to put it. And of course you have a jump. Yep. This game sports some lovely pixel art. It's a conceited compliment to myself, but it's so. There you go. So in this game you pick up a crystal, and with this crystal your goal is to essentially transfer it to this pedestal. So that's your goal for every level. You can use X. You can also throw the crystal, which I think in a later level we'll do that. But a sort of a key design with this game is you can make the crystal change its element to basically change how you interact with the environment. So you can see it's on fire. So if I throw it at this grass, burns it all up. And there are these coins, which don't actually do anything, but they're there for you to enjoy. Just to, I guess, just to satisfy that itch for collecting stuff, if you enjoy that sort of thing. I don't actually think this goes anywhere. Nope. X. I love how it just says X. It doesn't even say you died or anything. Alright. I think I have to bring this with me. I forgot just how, like like sporadic the movement is in this game. Look at that. The coins were hiding underneath that. And my fire's gone. There's got to be a way to relight it. This physics. So this game, it was made by, the programming was done by Kevin. He's the guy who did up, you know, he basically put the physics and the pickup mechanics and all that stuff. So he's the one responsible for getting all that stuff to work. And then I basically did the art and music. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the music that much, and I kind of intentionally made it really quiet on the stream because if you actually play this game, the music is actually very loud. So, not loud like your ears are gonna bleed or like it's compressed. It has a lot of presence. Is all I'm trying to say. Which isn't bad. It's just I'm just letting you guys know there's a reason why the audio is very quiet. Blow up dynamite with your fire crystal. Who doesn't like blowing stuff up? TNT. That's always a good sign. There's actually 2 solutions to this. Oh my gosh. That is something. But as I said before, we'll in case anyone's watching this midstream, I'm just doing this just kind of a quick casual playthrough, and then we'll do some speedruns, see what kind of tech we can discover. I do know of one exploit. I won't show it yet unless it happens, but yeah, that's one of the things. I know one exploit. I don't know of any others, but yeah, it'll be funny to watch. Probably my favorite feature with this game is the terrain tile set system that we had. So all these little doodads, like the lamp, these little like designs inside the terrain, or like there's like little rocks by my feet right now. There's this like, I don't even know what that is. It's just like a little formation of rocks. Oh, that's so interesting. He puts the tile set in front of the player versus behind him. For some reason the game's running like really smooth at 60 frames per second, which is kind of surprising actually. Gotta watch out for that enemy. Yeah, okay, so you can't kill him with that. What? Ah! What? Yeah, this game is very interesting. Probably the best feature it has to be the art, but the tile set system. It's very nice. Like, it's probably my favorite thing about this game, and the music, of course. But that's the fast route. But what could be behind this grass wall is the question. Or leaf, vegetation. I do have the source file, so I'm probably, once we start doing a couple speed runs, I'm gonna show off the source code, just because I'm curious myself to see how Kevin coded some of this stuff. So the only stuff I did with this game, again, so Kevin did the coding all in Game Maker 2. I did the art, animation, music, and the level design. So it's actually a very similar situation to Franchise Wars, which is awesome because I love doing art, music, and level design, and just design in general is always fun. It's always an interesting challenge trying to figure out good rules ahead of time before you actually begin development, which is hard. It's sometimes you're not going to get it right, and that's pretty normal. But you're doing the best you can to have like a good set of rules to go off of first, like a good system, before you essentially start playing what you actually planned, and then kind of realizing like, okay, we can tweak things here and there, or we maybe we don't need this. It's, yeah. And I also noticed this game has subpixels. Interesting. That is actually very strange. Oh, the subpixel just disappeared there. Huh. I'm just kind of, it's interesting seeing the way that Kevin coded this. Kevin coded. That's an alliteration right there. That's a tongue twister. Kevin coded. Oh no, I gotta run! Ah! There's actually 2 categories that I could have for this speedrun. So speedrunning this game, we can have any %, which just play through the game fast, and then we can definitely have 100% to collect all the gold. To get that one, we actually need to go down here. Little developer secret to get all the goodies that don't do anything, because we just didn't have time and we were just like, yeah, just put it in. It's fun collecting stuff. But for today's stream, we're just going to do any %. Maybe in a future stream, I'll definitely consider like 100% someday, because this game's fun. And yeah, so we'll just do any % for today. Because I don't think people want to watch me play through my own game for hours on end, just hearing me talk about behind the scenes stuff. Which, I mean, that is interesting. It's just very hard to entertain people when it's like you're just doing the same thing over and over again for like, I don't know, just for hours. I have a hard time seeing how that's entertaining. So we're just gonna stick with this. Love that fire. Animating that fire, you know, animating fire and explosions in video games in pixel art is definitely very intimidating, and it's easy to get it wrong for the first tries. Oh, he did a good job with the oh, never mind. I wonder if it's... No, it's okay, it's velocity based. I'm looking at you see the smoke that comes out when he lands the ground? You'd think it would appear when he falls this short distance, but it only seems to happen when you're falling at a fast enough velocity. So I'm pretty sure it'll happen when I fall here. Yep. But not... It has to be like just the right distance. It can't... Maybe it's two blocks? No, not 2. Maybe I can find... I'm actually really curious. This is kind of fun to discover. It's 3. Okay, it's 3 units. You fall 3 units or more, you'll create a little smoke puff. I did make the sound effects. My quality sound effects that make any AAA game tremble in fear. But animating the little fire, so if you kind of notice... Like, animating that, I mean, that's not the first one I've ever animated, for those who are, like, thinking, like, wow, that looks so good. And, I mean, obviously it can totally look better, because there's ways to... You just kind of discover stuff as you go along when you animate stuff and just do it for the first time. So, for those who are kind of, like, intimidated by animating explosions and a fire and all that stuff, like, don't feel bad, like, if you don't get it right your first time. Like, it's... We all struggle with that sort of thing. Even experienced artists have to, like, go back to the drawing board a couple times to get their art to look good. The point I'm trying to make is... Yeah, actually I already said it, so... Slam dunk! Actually, I think jumping is faster. It is. Oh, that's shit. Okay, okay. I forgot about that. A dumpster? I don't know what it is, but for some reason, programmers really hate animating cutscenes, and for them, like, to finish animating, like, taking someone else's assets and then coding that all in and getting it all done, like, for them it feels like a monumental, like, achievement. I don't know what it is, but I will say that working on my own games and animating cutscenes and just doing like animating scenarios and getting characters to move around the screen, that definitely is very tedious, because you're just, I don't know how else to put it, but maybe I'll kind of explain it in the future. But anyways, let's kind of I'll kind of talk about some tech that I know about. We'll see how it goes. So we're actually going to attempt a speedrun now. So, all right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh god. Okay, so there was the first exploit right there. Oh. There's actually a teleport glitch that you can do, and I don't know how to be consistent with it. But it happens at a slope, and you have to do a very specific movement. But if you do it right, it'll actually launch you to the other side, like clear off on the other side of the map. But of course it depends on your elevation, so doing that is going to be, consistently is going to be very hard, because, okay, there it was again. So this speedrunning in this game is really intense, but I don't, there it was. I guess we'll call it zipping, but it's very hard to be consistent with. So there's your first, there's like 2 speedrun tricks already going on. Jumping and zipping is what we'll call it. The movement here is going to be kind of tough. Definitely want to beat the fire though right here. What's going to be tricky though, and when I'm going to try like to do a more serious attempt, is try to like maximize your jumps as like efficiently as possible. Oh man, oh, this is like RNG right here. It's so ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's an absolutely just hilarious exploit, but it's, man, that's loud. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, it was the wrong one. Let's try again. Oh, he fell right on me. I don't think there's a global cycle, so I think you can just... Got it, okay. Doing that's gonna like determine a lot of like the best times in this game. Is if you can perform a zip like in a consistent manner, then you're pretty much guaranteed to get like a very strong time. But from what I found, it's very random. I think that guy's movement direction choice is random too. The enemy. I think it's random which direction he decides to go to when you start the level. Boop, boop, boop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh, speedrun. Oh no. Oh, here we go. We're approaching time. Oh shoot. Oh man, jumping down when you're going down a slope is like huge pain. Oh, my game just crashed. Unable to find object index. Well, Kevin, I think you have a bug you have to fix. But I did split. So when you hit that dumpster, that's our time. So 3:33, 14 milliseconds. It is a game jam game after all, so of course all sorts of unpredictable stuff will happen. But I think to avoid that, I need to throw the crystal into the dumpster instead of touch it, because I think it'll crash. So decent time, you know, it was alright. 3:33. Now the question is, how do I I wish there was a... I knew how to... I'm like a total scrub with this sort of thing, so I don't... That's fine. We don't need to... It's fine. I'm not attempting, like, freaking Sekiro speedruns or anything, so it's okay. Which, by the way, Sekiro's freaking rad. Alright. So let's try again. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, right, this one. This is the one. Oh, I'd warped back! I zipped backwards. Come on. Oh, there's no way. There's absolutely no way you can do that one. Unless you're... Oh! Well, I need to experiment with this a little bit. Okay, I think I know what it is, but it's really hard to do. Or maybe not. I'm actually hitting the keys really loud. It's... Doing this one's gonna be the hardest one. There's no way. I'm probably not gonna attempt this one, but this one, if you can zip off of this slope, which is really hard to do. Oh, there's no way. Oh my gosh, there's absolutely no way. It's difficult because it happens when you press the direction away from the slope, or I guess, yeah, down when you go. Since the slope is going up, I guess that's how I'm doing. I'm directing it. This slope is facing to the left, or it's going up to the left. So you wanna, when you press the opposite direction, there's a chance you'll warp the other way. But as soon as you zip, you want to hold the other direction. The problem is it's very hard to react to it when it happens, because you don't know how to react. Because sometimes you'll warp onto this slope, and then while I'm mashing, I'll accidentally warp the other way. So yeah, it's kind of like, that's where it's tough. That's fine. We're trying to discover some tech. Oh, that is so tight. Ugh, yeah, getting those throws down is going to be very important too, though. I don't know if the zip here really is necessary, because you have to walk back. Okay, I'm talking to myself a little bit, but it's kind of fun trying to theorize a little bit on the best way to get around in this level. Yeah, it's really about, once you get that movement down, getting the zip to do exactly what you want it to is going to determine, like, everything. Oh, and there's also an exploit with... Oh, snap, I can't... Wait, I can't reset? Oh, no! You can't reset. Kevin, you need to fix your game. Alright, let's try this. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah! It's kind of like bunny hopping. You gotta, the more you maximize your airtime, the better your results will be. Getting those throws down is gonna be so important. Oh, that would have been so sick to land that. I don't think it's possible though. Boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah, and because I think this game is coded with subpixels, there's a chance that the fire will not collide with the grass at a certain position, I think. So it's possible. Yes. It's possible. Oh wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh no. that killed me. So I can't... Interesting. Oh, so the... Okay, the TNT counts as a block object, I guess. So that's why I can't... Ah, that changes things. I'm still really curious, though. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, that proves... Yeah, TNT is a solid object, so you can't... Holy crap. I don't know if that's faster. Oh, this is so cool. Such a hilarious zipping. Oh. What? Oh, he was right below me. I couldn't see him because of the camera. Here we go. Oh my gosh, no way. Yep. That's the thing. Whew, that was a close one. There's definitely some RNG, because wherever that enemy goes is gonna affect your movement in the long run. It's really weird. This game sometimes will run it like ridiculously smooth. Like right now, it's running like butter. It's crazy. Ugh. This is what I'm talking about. That you have to throw it a little bit to get it to. Oh no. Woo! Okay, we're fine. And some reason you throw far as well. Oh, okay. I can still beat my time. The question is, where is the slope? No! I'm stuck on the... I'm stuck! 316. Oh, what a game. This is such a ridiculous game. Not bad, not bad. 316. I like how it's in red, so it's like I failed no matter what. 316. Let's see if I can get... If I can get sub 3, that'd be pretty awesome. So we'll try. 3, 2, 1. I guess I don't need to count down. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, interesting. There's a delay. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. That is funny. I actually don't want to mash when I do it, so I actually want to wait. Again, it's so hard to anticipate. Oh. Now I'm starting to wonder, though, if throwing it really is the faster way. Because I don't think this character really has a name. I guess the miner. But his air movement... I guess their air movements, technically. I guess... Well, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Ambiguous. Oh, it's such deep character design. Basically, I think... It's hard to tell if throwing it is actually better than just jumping into the pedestal. I don't know if this is faster. I'm gonna assume it is because it looks cooler. I mean, there's not much to look at, but I think it's cooler just because. Yes! Okay. Oh my gosh, this game is so ridiculous. Oh no. There we go. It's such a ridiculous game. I don't know. It's hard to tell if throwing it really is faster now, because if it isn't, that It's also possible it's not random. That enemy's movement. Really short game though. Oh no! I slipped. Okay, good. Woo! Oh wait, okay, here we go. Sub 3, here we go. $248. The results are there. 248. Sub 3 confirmed. Is sub 230 confirmed? That's the question. Can we get sub 230? Oh man, it's so much fun speedrunning a game that doesn't get speedrun much, or if ever. I don't think anyone else speedruns this game. But it is fun. Even playing your own game is a lot of fun because it's just really hilarious to see the exploits you're trying to maximize and get the best times. You speedrun with me, dude. Let me tell you some techniques. So first off, this dope program. This program is LiveSplit. Livesplit.com. I don't know if that's the actual site, but yeah. LiveSplit. While you're downloading that, let me show you some speedrun tech that I know of. I don't know of any other exploits, but first off, jumping is faster than running. It's like, so you gotta treat it like Half-Life. Number 2. Oh, okay, sweet. Okay, so you know everything. Zipping, very RNG based way to travel across the level. And then yeah, that's it. And then you just gotta get sick times. You just gotta get sick times, dude. Sick times. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time. Alright, here we go. And I think it's a better habit to at least hold down right, but oh my gosh, that was the worst. That's RNG right there. The speedruns. This game is a mix of Half-Life, Call of Duty, Undertale, League of Legends, and Dark Souls. So it's a pretty great mix if you like those games. And BioShock, because it's you're under the earth, just like how you're underwater, but there's no water, so it's an artistic decision, but it's BioShock. Boom. Oh, it's also just I'm not used to the level layouts yet. Oh, zip. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I blew myself up. I think I really want to test if it's faster to zip or run across, but I don't know how to test this. Here, you know, this speedrun is kind of botched, so I want to see if I can do this. Okay, no, this is perfect. I got it. I know what to do. Okay. And then we'll blow ourselves up intentionally. Okay, that's a good way of doing it. Okay, I got it. I know how to test this. 17. Oh my gosh, there's also that RNG there. Maybe I have to remove that. We're just gonna keep using the exploit just because it'll better to keep testing it. Oh wait, no, I messed it up. RIP. I messed it up. That's what I get for being a bad at video games. Unless he left a level skip. No. That's fine. Practice. Alright, totally eat it. Here. That's fine. It's such a short speed run. It's like 3 minutes long. It's the shortest game ever. The zip. Zipping. Zip tech. It's really hard to pick up the crystal while you're in the air, though. I don't think it's possible. I have to let me test that out. Okay, it is, but it's really hard because the character falls so freaking fast. Gosh. He's just like this little flea. He's so quick. Actually, traversing this grass area isn't that difficult, which is, I'm okay with that. Okay, so this is perfect. I want to test if zipping across after blowing up the TNT is better. So, wait, so we do that. Okay, that's even better. I like that. We'll just do that. Anything that's quicker is good to do that with. $3.12, $13.12. Of course, there's no way to be consistent because of the zip, but if we can get like a rough idea of like how fast it is, that'd be cool. 11. I was a little bit early on that one, but that's okay. What? 11. Okay. So it's around like 11, 12 range. Obviously the way I'm testing it is very not like okay, that was 13. It's possible just going across and being very straightforward about it is the best way to do it. Okay, 11? It's so ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Such a ridiculous game. I've never seen an exploit in a game like that ever. It's not really something to be proud of, like, I guess, innovation-wise, but it is kind of funny to use to see in a speedrun. Oh, it's close. I don't know. Oh, this is a bad one. Yeah, that's fine. It seems like being straightforward is the best way. Which makes me a little sad because the zip is so much more hilarious. Oh yeah, that's true. The Sonic games do have the zip. Oh my gosh, that RNG is the worst. It's possible zipping after blowing up the TNT is not faster, actually. Even though it's kind of cool because you got to clear the way first and then you 1192. Yeah, because it, like, in Sonic, it'll set your position to, like, a negative value, but that actually ends up bringing you to, like, the other side of the level. That's so weird. This game is actually the sequel to Sonic. It's the prequel. This game actually came out on the Sega Genesis. I think being straightforward about it and going towards the TNT versus zipping is faster. So I think that's technically the better way. Makes me sad because I think that exploit just adds a lot more creativity to some routing, but yeah. Alright, let's try it out. Oh, accidentally double tapped. Oh, it's so hard. This is the hardest one to do. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. This is the worst. That's definitely the hardest one, I would say. But it's so important to pull that one off. I don't know about that. I still don't know what's a good way to move in that situation. Oh, now the game's running really smooth. It's so weird. I don't know why this game does that. It's like, it'll run like, it'll kind of start, now it's kind of getting a little bit choppy. I mean, it's still running well, it's just weird. I don't know. I have to look at the code. I'm really curious to look at it after I do some speed running. Oh, this level, yep. Give me that zip. Yes, zippity zip. No. By the way, Cupcakes, I definitely want to play Staxel. I'm just there's so many games, but I definitely want to play it with you sometime. Staxel. Minecraft's Stardew Valley. Yes, got the zip. Zip. Zip, zip. I mean, hopefully it's fun and, like, not boring like Mercenary Kings. Strong opinion, I know. But it's true. Hopefully it's not grindy like MapleStory. Hopefully it doesn't take, if there's leveling, hopefully it doesn't take like 20 hours to level up. Though I hear in the newer MapleStory, it's, oh man, that's the worst. Sub 230 is definitely possible. This movement's so awkward, though. But you have to make sure to throw the crystal into that, because if you walk into it, the game will definitely crash. It's just one of the bugs. 233. The speedruns! The speedruns! Not bad, 233. I want to get to sub 230. That would make me pretty happy, and then, yeah. Oh no, no! Oh my gosh, that's the worst. That was so bad. I keep thinking I'm going left, but that's... obviously it's not it. This one you go left. I gotta get that in my head. Some reason I think this level's the next one, but it's not. I'm grabbing this thing. I think it's better to wait on that jump a little bit. It's just weird though. When I looked at that Staxel game, if that's how you pronounce it, like, I really like that box art, but then the box art doesn't match what the game looks like at all. It's because you have this like anime girl, this blue-haired anime girl, but then the game is like Minecraft visually. That's what kind of throws me off a little bit.
Anime. I'm this anime girl.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't know if it's really better. It's only better if you pull it off very quickly, because it's not that long of a distance. Ugh, the zip. Oh, there it is. The game's running really smooth. Oh, it looks so good when it runs smooth. It's too bad it's not a... God, I gotta figure out a way to get past this guy. This game looks so good when it runs like at 60. Like, I mean, every game looks good when it runs at 60, but this game just looks like it just looks so smooth. Now it's not smooth anymore. Now it sucks. Now it's not a good game. Ugh, this is the worst. Oh no. Okay, it must be the way I'm throwing it, because I'm not doing it right. Oh boy. Yeah, sub 230. Hit the time right as soon as that crystal hits the dumpster. End. Nice. I love it. 227. This is the run. I feel like with this current route that's happening, I feel like 215, 210 is like the perfect run. If you get like perfect zips, solid movement, the enemies move in the right direction. Actually, I should test that out right now, actually. Oh my gosh, I don't know why this game runs like... It runs so smooth at times. It's so weird. At least for my computer. I don't know what's up with that. Na 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 na. That's my jam, because it is my jam, because I made it. I made that song. It's my jam. Gotta wait a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's the better way to move through that one. This grass path is, it seems intimidating, but it's actually not that bad. There's probably a way to optimize that fall there. Optimize. Optimize prime. Oh, that was a good zip right there. All right, let's see if I want to test out the enemy AI a little bit. He went to the left. One to the left. I think it's always consistent. I think it is. Okay, that's fine. I can actually... That means I can, there's gotta be a way to... Oh, that movement's so beautiful if you can pull it off. Ah! 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 No! Okay. Wow, looks so good if you can move across that properly. Oh! I don't know how to get around this guy, though. He's a real pain. That room isn't that bad, though. It's actually pretty short. I just want to test out that last room to see maybe if there's a way to move through that one a little better. Oh, that's tough. Okay, I think I know what it is. So you have to... You walk off and then you jump twice. Okay, that's better. I like that. Throw it onto that. Okay, I like this. This is much better. This room's actually not that bad. It's just this last part, though, because the crystal doesn't always light the fire underneath itself. Oh, yeah, see, that's a real pain. Oh, there's got to be a way to light that a little more consistently. I guess I have to drop it though. Okay. I'll probably do 705 right now. I'll probably do a few more attempts because I'm already pretty happy with the sub 230. But I'll do a few more, and then we'll. I really want to look at the code because I'm really curious how Kevin programmed this game, especially if I can actually kind of look at the if I can figure out how to debug that. I don't actually care to patch it. I just want to kind of look at what's causing it because it's kind of funny to. Just curious what could be causing that. And you're free to look at it too, Cupcakes, because the source code's on the Game Jam site. All right. Go. Oh man, there it is. The game's running smooth. Oh no, my run, my speed run, my speed run. Oh no. I'll go to the right. Ooh, I like that one. That's good. Yeah, you throw it while you're going up into that jump. Oh, this is great. No, that wasn't so great. That was garbage. That was garba. $245, nice. Oh, this garbage. Yes. No. Oh, that was so bad. Left. Okay. Left again. Okay. Okay, I found it. Oh, that was so bad. Ah, this is not the run. This is bad. Na 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 na. Oh god, this is bad. This is not the run. This is I had some pretty good movement early on, but I totally dropped it. Ah, yeah, see that this part right here, I don't know what to do. Yeah, that was really bad. Rip. Oh, I'm stuck in the cutscene. I can't. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Let me actually get some water, and then I'll be right back. The speedruns. Come on. Oh, this is bad. Oh, that's not okay. Man, if you can, I feel like if you nail that zip in the first level, that like determines just everything. I mean, that was like 8 seconds that costed me. That's how crazy that is. I mean it's not the whole speed run. Everything else is very important, but that initial zip is probably the biggest one. And if you can't nail that one, ugh. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is, oh gosh. That was 7 seconds. Oh, man. There it is. Oh, no. You gotta, you gotta wait a little bit after you pull it off, though. Yeah, that was, okay. Yeah, you have to wait a little bit. You gotta be a little bit patient with this game. Sometimes jumping immediately is not the best thing to do, is what I'm realizing. As much as it is faster, it's actually not always a better option. Because sometimes you need to position yourself properly before you can start a jump. But only in a very specific case. Oh, I didn't do the jump into that one. That was bad. Still learning the pro tech. And also forgetting which levels are which. Oh no! Oh right, I forgot. I keep forgetting this one. Oh no, that was so bad. Oh, that was bad. You gotta be quick with this one, but... Oh, jeez. This one's hard. Like, getting past the guys is one thing, but then figuring out how to move around that one enemy is gonna be really tough. Oh, that was some good movement right there. Very good. Oh, jeez. This is not the run. Yeesh. I might still get a pretty good time, though, because... I still had pretty good runs. Oh, what the heck? There's this weird bug where I'm able to throw the gem a lot farther than normal, and I don't know what causes it. It's something though. So there is something else going on that I'm not aware of, but that was 231. Kevin, your game is broken. Kevin, your game is broken. Do a few more and then I'll do my TED Talk. Oh, wow, that was... Yeah, you gotta wait a little bit and then you jump. Okay, this is a pretty good start. Missing these grabs though is not good though. I'm sure an actual speedrunner could like beat my times like straight up if they just grinded. But it's fun being like the only one who plays like a game, because you're just discovering like all this like crazy stuff you can do. And you're getting like good times too, so you don't have to compare yourself to anyone else. But I'm also doing this because I want to archive good streams where I do behind the scenes stuff, so people on YouTube can look at those. Oh, I love the movement in the beginning of this level. It's just so good. Wow, that was very convenient that happened. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was such a good... Oh, man, this is great movement already. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, I totally messed it up. This is not the run. Oh, God. No. Oh, I totally dropped it. Ah. Oh. That's speedrunning for you. I had such good movement in the previous levels that I was doing, and then I just... Oh, wow. Yeah, this is bad. Alright, yeah, we're not doing that. That was not good. Jeez. I think where speedrunning gets really hard is eventually there's a route, and you can't act entirely on instinct for some games. Like this one, there's definitely a little bit of instinct with like reacting properly when you get the zip. But other than that, like, you gotta be pretty strict with like certain route like movement, and sometimes it's hard to do that. Oh, I love that throw. I also just keep forgetting which levels are which, because I'm not freaking Einstein or something. Oh, jeez. I just don't know. There's definitely optimizations I can do, but we'll just do a couple more runs and then. Oh. Do. Oh, this run. I love this room. That room is so much fun. This. Oh yeah, that was bad. I need to at least practice this one a little bit more. Jeez, gotta be patient. Ugh, yeesh. Not good. Not good. Yeah, I definitely messed it up a lot, but I still want to practice this room. I still need to figure out how to... Yeah, I can't do the jump throw unless... Jeez. Is there really no way to light this grass? Ugh. Unless I do like a really precise throw. Oh, that's tough. That one's very uncertain. Ah, that last one. I'll do 3 more attempts and then we'll move on. Boop, boop, boop. Oh. Okay, this is actually going pretty well. Oh, it didn't work! It didn't work! What? Subpixels, man. The bane of humanity. That was beautiful. Oh, that zip. Oh, jeez. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I don't like that room. I love the beginning, but I don't know how to get around that enemy when you burn the grass. Oh, I missed the jump. Ugh. Still a fun room to traverse. Ah. Too slow, I think. You made the game crash not on the final level? Wait, which level was it? Okay, oh boy. Is this the run? Is this the run? Is this the run? 221! I think it's because I pressed throw after I jumped into the exit. Wait, which... Hold on, I gotta look into this. I can't skip this credits because it's important. This game... Press throw after I jumped into the exit. That's actually possible. It might be the same error that appears when I that crash where you touch the garbage happens. Let me actually see. Yes, we have to zip up. Holy cow. It's like when you want it to happen, it doesn't happen. Or sometimes it does happen when you want it to, but it's very hard to anticipate that zip. 221! I pressed throw after I jumped into the exit? Wait, how is that possible? Oh, maybe... That had to be like frame perfect though, right? Because the only way to throw is if it's above you. Probably in this level I can try it. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna bother fixing the bugs because I don't really care, but... No, I don't know. Alright, I'll do 2 more runs and then... So, 221, that was pretty good. I dig it. Oh, yeah, alright. That zip wasn't happening anyways. Oh, gosh. That's so rough, dude. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. That's... Welcome to Crystal Conduit Speedruns. It's absolutely hilarious this is even a thing. I love it, though. Oh, I messed up my time. That's... Okay. Oh, man. I mean, that was like 4 seconds right there. That's crazy. Yeah, I got the super throw like a couple times, but I don't know what causes that. Unless... My only theory is it has something to do with like... Because sometimes this game will run like really smooth, and I don't know why. But I feel like the super throw happens more often when the game starts to like run really like butter smooth. It's kind of happening right now, but not really. It's I don't know. Super throw. Should put some like speedrun tricks. Maybe I should do when I do my blog post. It should instead be on Crystal Conduit Speedruns, which I actually wouldn't mind. Crystal Conduit speedrun tricks. And I would totally enjoy writing about that because it's really funny writing about the tech. And maybe when I look at the source code, I can try to figure out what's causing it. Those bugs. Oh, this is not the run. Oh my gosh. Good grief. That was so bad. Yes, early zip. We take those. Ah, jeez. I totally forgot to do the throw it up there. Oh, that was a little rough. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I unfortunately don't know how to do this room fast. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was bad. Actually, now that you mention it, I think that up throw glitch could happen at that one room with the bunch of enemies that you blow up with the TNT. I could definitely see. Oh, see, the game's running like really smooth, but I don't know. It's just hard to test it. I just don't get it. I don't know why the game runs like that. Just runs like... Oh, what? Oh, this is so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, man. Oh, there's a super throw. And I got really good luck with that explosion. Oh my god, the super throw, man. 233. Let's see what I get here. Oh man, my movement's really bad. 224. Alright, one more try. The super throw! It's just like this once in a while occurrence where it just happens. Let me look into maybe trying to replicate that super throw if I can figure out a way to do it. And if I can get it to happen, then we'll see. I don't know, it might be a... Oh! I crashed my game. If you press down and throw at the same time while holding the crystal, you will crash the game. So that's a thing. Yeah, wow, you can even have it happen while you're just holding on to it. Variable references invalid object -4 unknown variable. It must be... It's probably... I think what's causing it is when you drop it, the ID of the object you're carrying is no longer... It's probably equal to like nothing. And then on the same frame when you press throw, the throw command checks what you're holding, but there's nothing. And because it doesn't exist, we don't have an instance exists test, or we don't have it checked for is not equals to nothing, then I think that's why it crashes. That's my theory. I'll have to look at the code. What a weird glitch. Okay, so let me look into the super throw. I can, we know about that now. There's a crash right there. I think that's the one you ran into, Mike. But I was pressing down and throw to see maybe if that was the super throw. But unless Kevin coded some secret tech that no one else can. Can you hold both directions? No. Up. No? I don't know. That's a weird one, but if there's a way to figure out how to do it, I think what causes it is if you successfully do the super throw, you notice how when you throw the crystal it loses speed. But with the super throw, it's not slowing down over time from the deceleration or the air friction. So if you can. The question is, why is that happening? So that's so interesting. I kind of want to write this stuff down. I'm gonna jot some notes down because it's kind of fun to note this stuff. And I'll probably do a blog post on this. Actually, I'm actually really enjoying this to the point where I'm gonna do a blog post on it because it's really fun. Super throw. DXL no longer occurring. Crash dropping and throwing at the same time. Crash touching dumpster. Zipping. And I think this will be fun for viewers because they'll get to see what goes into bug fixing. Zipping. Slope. Pressing the opposing direction. At same frame? Question mark? I don't really know what's causing that. Are those the only things? Air movement's faster. I mean, we don't really need to. I'll just write that down though for basic speedrunning tricks. Air movement faster. Well, I don't know what causes that unless, do I jump? Maybe the, I wonder if... Let me see if I can go to a level with a little more open space. I think I might know what causes the super throw. But I need to go to a bigger place to do this. I think this upper area might be good. I have a theory. I don't know if it's true. Oh, there it was! What the heck? Why? What? This game makes no sense. I don't know how Kevin coded this game. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, this game is just, what in the world? Super throw. The super throw! Because, so if you can do a consistent super throw, you could just throw the thing straight up from here, but you can't from a normal throw. See how it just slows down? But with a super throw, you could definitely reach the goal with a toss. The question is, how do you do it? And so one of my theories was the crystal is, it basically, I think the way Kevin did it was when the player is holding an object, it has a variable to lock in what he's holding, the ID of what he's holding, and so that ID for the crystal is locked to that variable. So now it's locked into his hands, as you can see. So my theory was that the speed and like the stats, possibly the stats of what the player's movement data is transferring over to that crystal, and so if you throw it, there's a chance that the air friction from the player's object carried over to the crystal. But what should happen is the crystal should decelerate because it's relying on its own physics instead of the player's movement. So think like how fast the crystal's actually moving because he's locked in with the player. But the question is, how do you do it consistently? And I don't know. That's a weird one. It's so weird. It's just I'm gonna have to look in this later. Alright, we're gonna do one more run because I'm having a blast. 2:24. I might have to look at the archive because I actually forgot what my best time was. The problem is I'm having too much fun, which is not actually is not a problem. All right. Whew. All right. Can I get that zip? Oh my gosh. What the? Oh! What? What? What is? What? 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 Oh my gosh. What? What is this game? Oh my gosh, dude. I just went into the wall. Well, there's another speedrun exploit. I don't know how I did it. Walk through walls. Oh man, that is so weird. Gosh, this game just has all these weird surprises. It's just like a clown car. This game is a clown car. There's just always something just surprises you. Ugh. All right. Of course, it doesn't give me the zip when I want it. And yeah, I botch it. Oh, that was an amazing zip. That was like the first one I did. Yeesh. Oh man, what is happening? Oh well. Still keep forgetting which level is which. I wonder if this game uses delta time. I don't know if that would really cause the glitch, but that's my theory. It's just a game theory. Optimizations. I missed it. That timing is pretty tight. Too slow. Oh gosh, this is bad. Yeesh. Oh, this is not good. Make a auto split script for Frog Hop so I can speedrun. Dude, that'd be awesome. I'd love to do a speedrun for Frog Hop. A speedrun. Okay, I think I figured out how to do that little tunnel consistently, but it's really awkward. It's so awkward the way you have to do it, because you have to have the crystal land. 219. 219. Oh man, this game is so ridiculous. It's just, oh my gosh. That trick, you have to have the crystal. You have to throw it just right so it hits the ledge and then falls off the ledge, and then it blows all that up. But it's so, oh my gosh, this game is just this game is just something else. I think that's the world record, 219.83. Gosh, this game is just, what in the world? Sweet. 219.83. That's a good way to end this part of the stream. But we'll, I'm gonna open up the other part. I kind of wonder if I should convert to 1080p though. I feel like people would appreciate that, so I might stop the stream very briefly, switch to 1080, and then I'll go back to, I'll broadcast it on my monitor. Probably? Or does it really matter? I mean, people, I can just zoom in, honestly. You know what? It's fine. I'll just keep going. It's more convenient for the YouTube archive anyways. This is very unprofessional of me, but who cares? It's not like I'm broadcasting like a freaking speech for the United Nations or something. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Sweet. Crystal Conduit 1.0. Concept art. What? Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I have to save that for later. Oh, man. Okay, so Crystal Conduit, global game jam game. Made in Game Maker 2. Let's, let's take a look at the game file. I'm going to close this, let's see, exit. Save layout as. I guess I'll save this. I really should, this will be, UT? Where the heck is UT? Crystal Conduit. It's really lazy script though, but whatever. From file. UT. UT. Hey, I don't know what that is. That's weird. Oh, that's so cool. You can save the layout. Save splits as crystalconduit.lss. Wait, why is there an Undertale, Wow, this game, that's a little weird. Why is Undertale here? Open splits? Open layout UT. LSS. Why is this here? Why would they oh my gosh, that's so ugh. Like I really like Undertale, but man, like you really have to kind of like put in my face like this is a great game. Speedrun it. It's like really? It's like I really love the game, but man, you gotta put it in my face. Ugh, I'm not okay with that. This stream just got worse, but it's gonna get better though because we're gonna actually take a look at the source code for Crystal Conduit. I put the link for the Global Game Jam source file. I'll just put in the chat again, but it is down here. I pull up this just in case it doesn't look bad. Alright, source files. Crystal Conduit. I don't know. Whoa. Has multiple root views and is unstable. Press yes to repair. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe I'll download the actual file online. Alright. It's what? Alright. Just downloading. Well, I guess it's proof that if your game is popular enough and you got a crazy fan base, they'll in fact a lot of software out there to make sure people know about your game, and Undertale is proof. If your game's popular, people they'll get out of their way to make you know about it, even if you already do. It's like, I love the game, but you really don't need to hammer it in. Crystal Conduit SRC. Alright. Save. Oh, you guys might see some other secret projects I might be working on, but they're really not that secret, honestly. Alright, let's close this because Chrome eats up resources like no one's business. Concept art. Okay, we're just gonna say no. Alright, art assets. We'll take a look at the art assets later. Let's see how he coded. S_solid. Let's see, collision mask. Yep, automatic. Let's see, player. Yep, player sprite. He puts the... Does he have a... Okay, here's the mask file. Yep, he has a mask object. The mask is actually smaller than... Wow, that's weird. Oh, that's so weird. Why would he... Whatever. Usually, when I code games, I always make sure the mask is like perfectly with the very bottom of the character's feet, and everything else is okay. I mean, it's generally better to have it be smaller than the sprite than bigger in a lot of cases. So it's okay to, I mean, if you want to be really perfect about it, like this would be ideal. I mean, unless you want to do that, but this is okay. Like what he had was fine. I find it weird when you have that gap there. That's just nitpicky stuff. Yep, solid slope. Precise collision. Yep. Oh, that's weird. Is that a... Oh, that's weird. Is that... Huh. That's really strange. Alright, whatever. Yep. Tile set. Oh, man, I love... Oh, the tile set in this game is so good. Backgrounds. Conduit mask. Let's see if there's anything weird going on with this. Nope, it's a rectangle. Pedestal. He did not... I don't think he animated, did he? I think it's animated. Oh, wow. Yeah. The conduit was going to, like, animate, I think. Oh, that's so interesting. Evil creature. Oh, that's so weird the way he... Oh, that's so bizarre. Bombs. Conduit flame. Now, as much as I did help make this game, I was not involved with the coding, so for me to look through... Obviously, looking through the art assets is kind of dumb, but the point of it's also just for me to just kind of familiarize myself, because sometimes noticing little things like the hitbox, notice how the hitbox for this is a rectangle, so if you touch this corner, it counts as a collision, whereas instead you would probably use a diamond, but it was not a diamond, it was a rectangle. So I do this just as a good form of reference. Yep, he nailed the hitbox for this. So even though the fire bleeds out of the hitbox, this is technically correct, because there's nothing worse than having a bad hitbox for something that's yeah, so this is fine. Yep, that looks good. Selector, oh yeah, for the menu. Yep, Crystal Conduit. Signs. Oh man, look at all this stuff. All this art. I was so ambitious, like making all these like pieces for the oh, what the nope, get me out of here. Oh no. It's fine, I'm not gonna save this file anyways. Dumpster. Wow, that is a big sprite. Also really good sprite too. Oh, that's great lighting right there. That's excellent. Kevin Annan. Yep, all sprites. That's technically, I guess, the fastest way to do menus is just don't use text. Just have the artist provide a sprite with text if you want it to look decent. Because if you do it by code, you really have to take time to really move things and get the right font sizes and stuff. Yep, that looks good. Numbers. Oh yeah, for the score. Yep. All right, yeah, we're getting to the less interesting stuff. Yeah, backgrounds. BG dead. Crystal change to null effects. Oh yeah, yep, effects. I highly doubt the bugs are a core because of the these effects, but yeah, there's a thing. Pedestal collide. That's a nice effect. Wow, I didn't realize I did that. I feel like when I make game jam games, it all just happens so fast and it's so stressful that you just kind of after you're done, you just kind of forget everything that happened, and like so I'm just kind of surprised there's these art assets here for the whatever, yeah, effects. Yep, a lot of art for that. The year is 2000, the world is dead. I think I chose specifically the year 2000 because that way people are like, okay, yeah, it's not trying to be like serious or anything. 20XX. Tile sets, yep. Sound effects, music. Scripts, okay, alright. Whew, okay, how do I start this? Jeez, Game Master. Object Game Master. Let's see. I need to make sure to zoom in for you guys because the stream is still at 720, so it's gonna be a little weird. And I'm also just doing this so the archive doesn't look like garbage. Player dead, coin count, yep, score font. Okay, yep, yeah, that looks fine. You can also just have it as a local variable and reference this font. Yep, but that's the beauty of game making. There's a lot of different ways to accomplish that. Display set GUI, GUI size, alpha, yep, pretty generic stuff. If room is not equal to room 7, play. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, yep. Create a camera. Oh, it feels so weird being so zoomed in. Normally when I do development, I'm not this closely zoomed. Also notice how he does his brackets. Some programmers like myself like to do this, where the brackets are lined up with each other. But some people, Kevin prefers to code it like this, where he has the opening bracket with the same line as the statement that's calling it or whatever. The condition check. There's, I don't know, whatever. It's like, you get it. You know what I'm talking about. I prefer to line up my brackets. Just looks a little easy. It's easier to read in my opinion, but yeah. Tomato, tomato. Dead text. Yep. Ooh, wait, what? Let's see. VK escape. Numpad 4, room go to previous, room pad 6. Oh, there's a dev hotkey. You can press numpad 4 and 6 to skip levels. So that's a thing. Definitely not legal in a speedrun, but useful if you're trying to practice a room. That's cool. So there's no reset button, but there is a warp. Yeah, that's funny. All right, draw set font. Yep. Pretty generic stuff. All right, conduit. Okay, so it's funny. He codes. The first thing he codes is a conduit. He doesn't use a base parent for physical objects. Yeah. All right. Enum entity type. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, I gotta catch up with your comment. Comment style is pretty language dependent. In JavaScript, put the opening on the same line if the if statement. In other language, I prefer to keep the braces on the other line. Yeah. I wonder why that's more common in Java. Also, the only reason I was thinking of you just to make sure you're watching the stream, Mike, is because I saw him using enums, and I'm like, I know you love your enums, so there you go. Energy type underscore type dot fire. Ooh, you can do that. Enums. Enums are freaking rad, and I'm using that in my current game. Yeah, I'll have to. Really useful. Because each, isn't it each line? It's still, it's still indexed by like a number, right? So it still starts at 0 and then goes up by 1, right? I believe, by a whole number. He also spelled magnetism without the E. At least I'm pretty sure. I didn't do anything. Yeah, I didn't do anything. That's funny. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah. So you can reference these with each one's a number. So then technically I could do var value. Yes, that's not a very good name for it. You probably want to do something more specific, but energy type dot null. And then var value will equal 0, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, I think that's how it works. Because now it's stored as a 0, essentially. Let's see, initialize movement variables. Ah, here we go. Okay. Current type, energy type, dot null. Okay, yep, yeah, there you go. Held equals false. It was literally right in front of me, and I just didn't notice because I read things very sequentially. Let's see. Direction X. Move speed 0. Velocity XL. I need to zoom in for you guys. Sorry. Facing direction. So what is dir X then? Why have that when there's... I have to look at the actual stuff. Friction ground. Friction air. Yep, okay. On ground. I actually use that exact variable on underscore ground. Object friction ground. Object gravity. Object terminal velocity. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. If not held, handle movement velocity. Let's take a look. Accelerations equal to the okay. Velocity plus equals accelerate. Okay, so this is just basic like speed functions times object friction. If not if in the air, velocity apply gravity. OBJ frictions equal to air friction. Otherwise, if it's on the ground, apply ground friction. Okay. All right. So why would he call it OBJ friction? I wonder why he called it that. Object gravity. Oh, that's so... I think what he's trying to do with this is make this kind of like a base parental value, like variable, so that all the other inherent like children of this object can just call this to kind of be treated like this is like the parent variable, I guess. I guess? I don't know. I don't know. Eventually it all starts to kind of say the same thing, even if it's they use this different variable names and stuff, but I just... Okay, here we go. If place meeting a solid by 1 pixel, yep, pretty basic. Yeah, place meeting. Let's see. If a solid's in front of the object, if place meeting sine velocity x, why would he do that twice? Oh, that's so... Huh. Let's see. I need to clean this up a little bit for my eyes to read this. While... Oh, is this the slope code? Yeah, this is it. I think this is it. So then... I'm pretty sure this is it. Yep, okay. So... Yeah, this is slope code, so that if there's a solid object, a slope. Oh, okay, so he just uses slopes, period. He doesn't use just a base like solid. So it just checks for a slope and then it applies a minus value. So the question though is why does it launch you across the room? It has something to do with these while variables. This might be it. While not meeting sine velocity x. So if not touching a solid. So then this is if it's not touching a slope, right? Yeah, if not touching a slope to its left or its right. But there's a wall? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait. Sorry, I'm trying to read. I'm trying to understand this. This has to be it. This has to be what's causing it. It might be in the player object though, but it's possible the player just inherits this and doesn't repeat it, which is likely because I know Kevin's at least a pretty competent coder. I'm trying to understand this. So this is only if there's a wall. So why would he use sign here but not here though? Oh, I mean, it's hard to make good decisions when you're under the stress of time, but I'm still trying to understand. Oh, whatever. Let's see. So this is only if there's a wall in front of the object. A solid. But if it's just a solid... Wait, what? I'm so confused. Oh, I'm such a scrub with this sort of stuff. Oh, this is so weird. I use such a different system for my physics, for my objects, that like seeing this is... I don't know, man. Slopes, I will say, slopes are a pain in the butt in video game coding. They just are. Like, they really goof up everything, your understanding of how to code movement in games. I feel like this line is what's causing it, though. That the zip, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But I guess the basic idea is that this is supposed to make it so you can't if there's a wall in front of you, then it just tries to make sure it prevents you from walking into it. Oh, that's still... Oh, that's so weird. Oh, I don't know, man. Alright, let's see. What else we got? If place meeting... Let's see. Yep, there's a solid above a low. While place meeting... Yep, sign... Then just keep applying your speed, your Y speed, until you hit the wall or run out of Y velocity. Yep, okay. That makes sense. Yep, and if there's a solid, set your velocity 0. Velocity Y, min, velocity Y. Terminal velocity, plus equals vel Y, okay. Collisions with platforms. Let's see, switch. Good old switches. If the conduits that change its index, okay, yep, alright. Image speed. Current type, variable burnable. Let's see, instance block grass. If the block is nearby, he uses point distance. Interesting. Minus 24. So probably the best thing to do would be to increase this value to make the fire a little bit more forgiving, so you don't have to do these awkward throws. But that's kind of the beauty of the speedrun, is like just that extra challenge kind of forces you to do these really like distinct maneuvers. It is dumb, and if I were developing, I'd probably just get rid of it and just make the hitbox more forgiving. But it is kind of hilarious though, just having to like put in that extra effort. Explodable. If there's a bomb. Okay, yeah. So this is just collision text, but this one definitely is what's causing a little bit of the struggle to set the blocks on fire. Yep, contact Crystal, Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Yeah, okay. You have pedestal, outside room. It's just destroy. Oh, right. Yeah, you can lose if you throw the crystal off the level. Okay. All right, and then this is not inheriting the crystal. Okay. Huh. Initialize movement variables. Okay, yeah. Fall time. I wonder if that's... So I use a variable in my platforming games now called coyote time. There's a lot of different terms for this, but essentially a lot of modern platformers do this where you'll walk off a ledge and the game will still let you jump. And some games give you a lot of time after you walked off the ledge to jump. It's just a thing. It's kind of the norm now with platformers. So coyote time is like a normal thing. I try to make my coyote time not too forgiving. Like make it like just a couple frames so you feel like if the latency is bad, like you'll still feel like you get the jump. But I don't like it when modern platforms give you like a whole second because it just looks stupid. Like you're just jumping off of thin air. Like okay, that's a little weird. But the more coyote time you give, the more forgiving your game is. Oh, sorry. Let me catch up to your comments. Let's see. Moving horizontally, if the position your shot has is solid, do these checks. If there is not a slope pixel next to you, move the player until they collect. Oh, okay. Yeah. That has to be the zip, because the while loop is probably, like, I would assume that on the same frame, and that's why when I'm mashing, I'm facing to the right while that's occurring. But then, yeah, that has to be it. That's definitely the zip. It's hard to get it to be consistent, but I think so. Then, you know what? I think there is a way to be consistent with the zip. I think you have to do it like right when you're at like the very top of the slope, and then you do it right on that same frame when that check happens. And if you do it correctly, I think that's what makes it happen. Because I think that's what it is. That has to be it. As for phasing into the wall, I'm not sure. That was really weird. Let's see. Fall time, current state. Oh man, I love using states now. I actually use a. He used state scripts. I use state scripts now all the time in my games. I just can't imagine any other way to do it though, especially if you're making like a fighting game or a game with a lot of like movement abilities and stuff. I always store like all like the behaviors and stuff into a script, a state script. Current state idle. Oh, interesting. Whoa, this is so. What the? Huh. Player set state. Alright, I'm looking at a commented out code, so I'm not going to look at that. Let's see. Player state idle. What is this player set state thing? What is this? If on ground is moving. Oh, okay. Yes, this is just, yeah, pretty. This is his way of doing it. This is so hard. I'm so picky with this sort of thing, but it's hard for me to read this. Gosh. But this just checks what's happening and it'll set your state to a new state. That's all it is. Take a look at these. Run, jump, mostly image based. Yeah, they're all just image based. The way I do state scripts now is I have it check for, I set the image, I'll check for inputs, and I do it the same for bosses too. So I can have like a boss with like multiple attacks, and I'll have it check for like on this frame of the animation, create the attack hitbox, and then like on this other frame, create some like magical particles around this area, so the boss like is maybe like casting a magic missile or something. Yeah, it's just it's such a good way of doing it. Gosh, the way I did my code in Frog Hop is so bad. I honestly, I've been honestly pondering on doing like I don't know, but I wouldn't really say a sequel to Frog Hop, but it would be cool to do like sort of, I don't know if a remaster is a word, but like an improved version of Frog Hop, and then like add more levels, and it would still feel different. Like it would still have like the same levels and bosses and stuff, and like maybe new worlds too, but like it would have like modified mechanics and stuff, like a different charm system. But anyways, it would have way better code. That's all I'm trying to say. And same goes with if I did a Nameless sequel, which, while Nameless isn't really that successful a game, it would be really cool to do a sequel for that game. I have a lot of regrets with that game, but it would be really cool to do a sequel. One that's not. I feel like I wouldn't want to make it as edgy as Nameless right now if I did a sequel to it. But it would still be serious at points, but I don't think I like how edgy Nameless 1 is. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You know what? I'm excited to work on a new project, and I think this new game is really it's really something. Movement speed is moving. Item held. Held object. Here we go. Yep, equals no one. So this probably is what's causing a lot of those problems. Well, we'll take a look later. On ground, throw velocity is throwing is false. The question is, oh man, there's so many questions. Oh. Let's see. Direction X is equal to keyboard. Okay, yep. Interesting way to code your left-to-right movement, but it works. Yep. It presses the Z key and is on the ground. Apply jump velocity and jump. Let's see. If direction X is not equal to 0, okay, then, yep, make him face the direction and apply that. Handle movement velocity. Velocity. Yep. Handle collisions platforms. Okay, yep, same thing. You know, no, it's probably not. I was definitely curious if you could zip the crystal, but I don't think that's possible because you can't apply like the opposite direction on the same frame, so probably not. If not, item is held. Let's see, keyboard check X or keyboard, yep, so okay, let's see. If place meeting conduit, held objects equal to the conduit, that's there, yep. Item held is true. Held object held is true, that makes sense. Audio play sound, lift crystal, okay. Let's see, and then if I'm holding an object, if I press X, throw the objects, apply throw velocity, and then they held, yep, that makes sense. If keyboard held down, let's see, item held is false, held object, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Don't apply velocities, image index equals 0, yeah, that's fine. So then, oh, here, what is this? If instance exists, held object X, yep, okay, is equal to sprite get height mask player. Ah, man, I really need to use this function more, sprite get height or like width. I need to use that more. I don't use that or the get the bounding box of sprites much. Get X offset. I don't use these enough. I've often just kind of brute forced it with most of my code. Get width, X offset, bounding box. I kind of use bounding box a little bit, but not a lot in my code. I don't use that enough. Let's see. This velocity. Yep, that looks good. So velocity. I feel like I'm really close to figuring out what's causing that crash and the super throw, but I'm not quite sure. But these are definitely the culprits. I'm not going to do like a complete bug fix, but it's kind of fun to look at the code and kind of notice little things. If throwing, Image index greater than image number 1. This throwing is false. If on ground, fall time plus plus. Else if on ground and fall time is greater than room speed times. What? What? What in the world? What is this? Is this specifically to create dust? Okay, I think it is. It has to be. Yeah, because then... Oh, it's so weird. Oh, gosh. Alright, that works. Yeah, so the fall time is not coyote time. This is just to create the cloud effect. And then run the state script. Okay. But the crash... I don't know. I don't have the crash log happen, or I don't have it saved, but it has something to do with this. I feel like, and it sets the held object to no one, but it is strange though. I think I think I know. So I think it's this line right here. So if you press throw and down at the same time, it sets your held object to no one, and then on this line it checks for that held object, but obviously it's nothing, and because we're not checking it if it exists or is not equal to no one, then it gives up, it ends its life, and it's like, I don't know what to do. Draw a sprite. If touching an enemy, destroy. Yep. Player dead is true, and then we have it show an image for that. If outside the room, destroy the player. Solid. Yep, solid. Okay, yep, that confirms bombs are solids right there. Yep, parent of a solid. Pedestal is filled, activated. Crystal is no one. Target 1 reached. Depth is equal to player depth plus 1. Target, okay, is filled. Let's see. Yeah, pretty. Gosh, this part of the stream is probably like really freaking boring for some people who are gonna watch the archive. I'm probably gonna put a timestamp just for people who want to see like the sprite art and the music, maybe the sound behind the scenes too. Actually, let me see. I actually have to be right back because I have to use the restroom. All right, let's continue this code spelunking because it's kind of fun to. It's interesting seeing all this, but yep. Object enemy. It's the way I code my active objects now is I have like an entity object, and that has like all of its base variables set up, and all of its like data, like states, like statuses, effects. I mean, you name it, like physics, all that. And then I have like its children inherit that, so it's a little easier to handle that. But that's the way I do it. I mean, so far it's been the best way I've done it, so that way I can just, I don't know, it's just way easier. That's the way I do it now, though. Even the projectiles are inheriting the entity object too. Is the way I do it. So you can have like a boomerang inherit the parent entity object, or the player, or an enemy. So far I like it. It's definitely worked better. I don't know if that's the way they do it, but that's how I've handled it. I don't know what your thoughts are, Mike, but that's how I've been doing it. Object enemy, handle movement. So how... He only has one enemy, though. That's interesting. If image index, yep, burning, play block sound burn. Exploded, create explosion. If object explosion. If image index is that. I feel like now the meat of this code is definitely the beginning with like the physics and stuff for the player and the conduit. That's where a lot of the speedrun's based off of, is those things. Otherwise, like this stuff, I mean, I could go and explain all of this, but it's pretty straightforward, and I feel like a lot of people, even a beginner, can kind of understand this sort of stuff. Like, this block is just saying that when the animation hits a certain point, it checks for all the other blocks of grass to essentially set them on fire. That's all it is. And the way you pull that off is up to you. There's many different ways to pull it off. This isn't that bad, actually. This is actually pretty good. And there's not really any bugs that happen, which is good. Let's see. Explosion, fade effect. Doing things like explosions, and just simple objects like blocks and stuff, like, generally are actually like the easiest thing to code. Fade effect. This is, oh yeah, yep, exactly what it sounds like. Yep, for transitions. Current type, contact, crystal. At current type, yep, and then I have to, okay, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Camera. Camera, view camera. Smoothing goes 0.1. So he uses like a basic like lerp. Clamp. Parallax background. Layer X floor. Oh, interesting. That's how he does his parallax. That's pretty that's the way to do it. Just trying to take a look at these other things. Okay, I see. So it's always dividing by 2 from its position to the target's position, it looks like. Or at least the camera width's position. That's how I do it in my older games. I don't... The way I do it now is like a lerp of sorts. So it's kind of like this. Mine's a little bit more intricate, but it does have a target variable. It also has a shake variable as well for shaking, camera shakes. It also has a zoom function too. That's one thing I do in my my camera. Really, it's just a more I guess I would say it's a little, I don't know. It's just there's a lot of bells and whistles. That's all it is. It's just like it's like we both have the same car. The only difference is I put spinners on mine. That's all it is. It's the best example I can give. But some of the core functionality is still there. That's all. Menus, yeah. I think I get it. I mean, it's all whatever. I'm not gonna go through all this because a lot of this is very basic stuff. Like, it just is. Effects, opening. The opening is slide counter, layer X. Okay, yeah. It's yeah. That, you know, I know I could explain all this, but this is like this kind of stuff when it comes to coding cutscenes, like the intro with the with the world being dead or the credits. A lot of that is very like, I feel like the math required and stuff for those generally isn't that intense, and most of it is just tedious back and forth testing and just constantly tweaking values and grinding away at making code that does what you need. I don't know how else to put it, but it's just like there's a difference between coding this and coding movement code for players and stuff. And I find that doing this sort of stuff, especially cutscene work and bosses, is kind of more on the grindy, tedious side, whereas the physics side is very technical and very logic heavy. But that's just my opinion. I can be totally wrong, but that's from my own experience. I mean, I guess if I've made over 15 random games and published 2 on Steam, I suppose I'm not allowed to say anything about my view on the matter. That's me being sarcastic, but that's just my view on it. I just find there's 2 aspects to coding, in my opinion. There's the actual, like, there's the technical side, and then there's just the grindy side where anyone with a bit of a designer mindset can do it. It's the content, and the content is really tedious. The ending. Slide counter, alpha, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. He has an alarm to check for when to show the credits and stuff. Yep. This is pretty basic. Let's take a look at the levels, because this is not interesting. I mean, it might be for some people, but I just don't. It's not interesting for me. Kevin, the text is an object. Oh wait, what is this? New asset layer. I don't use the asset layer much. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, that's so weird. Is the asset layer only for sprites? I've never used the asset layer. Oh, it is. Oh, that's so weird. I don't like that. What's the point of that? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, Game Maker's so kooky. Ooh, I got my logo. Boom. Tiny Warrior Games. Title. Yep. Menu. Menus are boring, but necessary. Opening. Yeah, this is a thing. Does he have an offset value? He does not have an offset value. Is this all one sprite? Okay, it is one sprite, isn't it? Okay. Room 1. Alright, here we go. Here's where everyone wants to see. So rooms in this game, we have a collision block. The way I draw mine is a little different, but this is the red part stuff is the collision. And then, let's see, tutorial icon layer. Foreground tiles. This is the main meat of the art. So I can dress up my level like this. Here, I'm gonna make a little slope. Yeah, I don't have much to say. It sounds so jaded. It's just kind of like you make so many games to the point where you're just like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna shut up and just keep going. So, yeah, this is how it's done. Fill in the gaps like so. You can add little decorations. Usually the process for making a level is you start with your collision blocks. So your levels normally will look like this. You move your collision blocks around. You got your slope. So you take your slopes. What I want to build like a little slope here. Here we go. See. I could do a stream on doing level design, but honestly, like, I don't know. I feel like level design, the problem is there's some spoily content that I'm working on that I don't want to show. So it's kind of hard to do that, but I still am up for maybe even tomorrow morning I could try streaming, doing an art stream. Doing more pixel art for my current project. Could be cool. But yeah, so levels are blocked. Then we might add our functional objects. So blocked, add our player, add our enemies. Instances in this case, pedestal, like there. So you get this going, you get a nice level layout going, and then you take your tiles. These tiles are one way to do it. And yeah, you do this, you move stuff around, you decorate your level to make it look good. Yeah, that's it. So then you add your the tiles to it, and then I'd add decorations. So you can add your lampposts. There you go. Yep. Things you can vary up the terrain a little bit. Add that. Add some little designs. You know, if you want to add like a little like thing, you can do that. This looks really bad. Yeah, some of these doodads don't get used. You can notice how there's like junk tiles here. We don't use those. Sometimes we have very specific needs for terrain shapes, so we'll have tiles that have these kind of shapes. This game actually uses a auto tile brush, which is really sick. Let me see if I can find it though. Auto tile. Is this it? Oh yeah, here we go. So Kevin did a really awesome job spending some time doing an auto tile before I started blocking out levels. So he had this roughed in, which saves so much time. It doesn't always work for every game, but auto tiling is a great way to very efficiently get literally tile stuff out. I don't use auto tile that much, at least with what I'm currently working on. I know I speak very highly of it, but what I'm doing is kind of specific, and it doesn't really allow me to auto tile that easily, unless there's a way to, which I'm okay with being wrong in that case. But yeah, tiling, even these bridges are tiled. Usually we use an auto tile first. We'll just kind of block it out like that. So look how fast that is. We can change the shape a little bit. You know, what if I want to add a slope? I can add a slope. There we go. Yep. Pretty straightforward. Clean it up a little bit. Make sure it doesn't look awful. Yeah. Yep. And that's the deal. So, and that's really all there is to it. And then usually the process is block it out, add the instances, test the level, then add your tiles, auto tile it out, then decorate it. That's normally the process, and then make little tweaks. So that looks good. That's the deal. This room is a total disaster now and is unplayable. It's pretty ugly. I'm just gonna look for any but I'm gonna shut up now and start looking at any unused content. That's funny, I hit a smiley face on the left here. It's impossible to see because you might be able to see like the very end of it, but you're gonna fall to your death and not see more of that. Yep. It is funny looking at a level from a zoomed out perspective. There's actually, for anyone who has OCD problems, I actually did not tile up here in the game. So yeah. Enjoy. So yeah, sometimes I hide weird smiley faces that you'll never see. So there's one. Smiley face. Yeah, not much to say. I mean, I just went to town making levels. That's what I do. That's what I did with Nameless. That's what I did with Frog Hop. That's what always happens. There's just you just go through crunch and you just make a crap load of levels and hope for the best. Nameless's case was brutal because not only did you have to make the levels, but I had to like really spend time coding all the cutscenes, which is just was such a pain in the butt. Real pain, but yeah, that's what it takes. 7. That's kind of cool that I added this little design there. Really big room. For a good reason. Yeah, this room was trying to give this like grand temple feel to it. That's why it's shaped this way. It's really cool. Ending. Room 8. So these rooms, Kevin provided these duplicated rooms so that when we merged our files, we wouldn't have any conflicts with the GameMaker 2 file, because GameMaker 2 is total garbage with merging. So that was the most ideal thing to do, just leave him on the coding side, and then I could just edit the GameMaker 2 file only with these room files here. So that's why there's a bunch of duplicates here. Oh, here's a test room that Kevin uses. It's really ugly, but instance test rooms are very useful. Wait, what did I trigger you with? Oh, was it the tile thing? Yep, that's this game. Yeah, it's not that impressive. Yeah. Yeah, every single time I'll probably look into speedrunning this game in the future again. Not anytime soon. I feel like these kind of, speedrunning and getting the world record for Day of the Dad is something it needs to be spaced out a little bit. It's not something you just ram your head into constantly. There's everything in moderation when it comes to streaming. You gotta have the serious streams, you gotta have the fun streams, you gotta have the relaxed streams, And that's what I'm trying to do is Wednesdays, vary it up a little bit, do something a little different. So let's take a look at the concept art. This, let me open Photoshop. Stream is healthy as ever. This was an idea. So Kevin and I, after we finished this game, we thought about expanding it. That didn't work out. Kevin was very ambitious, and I was like, dude, I'm happy with this game as is. But I did provide some design docs, some design concepts for boss ideas. So this would have been the first boss. Basically a larger version of that spike enemy, and the idea is you try to throw the crystal into him. And then this one, oh yeah, and then he mutates, and then you got to throw a fire crystal at him. So that would have been pretty simple, a very straightforward boss fight, right? Well, Kevin had an even better. Kevin had grand. Oh, do I not have the? Oh, I don't have it. I don't have the illustration. But basically, he had an illustration for a really big boss that was like, it was ridiculous. But it got to the point where I was like, yeah, I'm good. I need to work on my other stuff. So, yeah. Which I don't really have many regrets. There was ideas for, so there was going to be other elements. So you obviously have the fire crystal. There was definitely going to be other ones. There was going to be an ice one. There was going to be an electric one. That would have been green. Oh, sweet. I got the dock. Okay, so here we go. I might have to zoom in for you guys. Because, actually, I'm going to go F. Here we go. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay. This is my pitch doc for to be funded by Activision. So, ice element. You touch the ice crystal to make the crystal you're holding ice. There would have been water, so you could walk on water, I guess. Maybe the water movement would have been kind of like Sonic, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it freezes air to prevent stalagmites from hitting you. Fish, yeah, that's pretty cool. Put fires out, that's pretty rad. Kill fire enemies. I love that illustration with the floating eye. That would be pretty fun to animate. Freeze enemies, pretty sweet. I dig. Alright. That's pretty cool. Would have been electric. So electric would have been the green one. In case you're curious. Alright. Oh, there we go. Nice. A lot better. Electricity. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This would have been cool. So there would have been electric platforms where you stand on them and then they start moving. Actually, it's a lot like Breath of the Wild. But this is before Breath of the Wild, so we were actually ahead of the curve a little bit. Yeah, that's a thing. Moving platforms triggered by electricity. There would have been a Omni platform where you have the crystal and you can actually control the platform's movement. And then this one, oh, that's awesome. You throw the electric crystal into the water and kills everything, and then it loses its charge. That would have been pretty sweet. And then my personal favorite, hold on a second. Magnetic. Kevin didn't like my design idea. He thought it was too overpowered. I didn't agree. But basically, turns your crystal purple, and it affects metal blocks. So you can get pulled in by a metal block, and you can do crazy things like if there's you can kind of see like a sort of a magnetic effect appear from blocks that can pull you, and so you'd be able to jump into that and see how there's like spikes on the top left here, but then you get sucked up, and then you can still move and then make it across safely. But you can of course do cool things like maybe I don't know, what is this? I guess you can throw the crystal into this block and it sends it flying, kill stuff. Pretty sweet. Oh, this is sick. So I faded this text out, but it says pull the spikes off of the spike enemy, and when you throw the crystal with spikes on it, it explodes out fragments of spikes to hurt stuff. Spikes to hurt stuff. That would have been pretty sick. Just imagine that. That would have been pretty intense. Don't think Kevin would have been up for coding that, but it's a great idea and would have looked pretty awesome. That being said, Crystal Conduit did not get an expansion, but the game was done, and it's free, it's complete, and it will never have its bugs fixed, because that's the beauty of the game. Speedrunning it with the zip and all that stuff is hilarious. It makes it so much more funnier to watch and play. Maybe not fun to watch, but for me it's fun to play. It's just hilarious, the exploits you can do. Oh man, you guys are seeing all my secret projects in my Game Maker 2 folder. I can't allow that. Where is my art? Here, wait. I can't find my art. One second. Where is my art? Where is it? Crystal Conduit in the done folder. Yep. Okay, sorry. There you go. I couldn't find it. Let's see if we can find any unused assets. Dumpster. This stuff is gonna look. Ooh, I just saw one. I saw one unused asset. There we go. Oh man. Okay, are you ready to see the older logo? So this is the older logo for the game. Not the ugly MS Paint drawing. This so this was going to be the original logo. The problem I had with it was it looks like it's from Final Fantasy or some RPG, or like it's from Batman or something, you know? So I didn't like it. The new one, the bulkier Crystal Conduit logo looks much better in my opinion. It still has that hexagonal shape to it, much like how a crystal would have that sort of design. While this does kind of have that, it just doesn't look good. There's the old logo. Tiles. This would have been a checkpoint, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a checkpoint. Yeah. Whoa, okay. Wow. It's pretty good pixel art. There's the older version of the crystal. It was going to be more three-dimensional. I didn't like it because it was hard to read, and it would have been kind of annoying to read in terms of if it changes its colors. So that's why it got changed to the one you know. Let's see, a metal block. There's a metal block up there. There's water. There's an enemy. That would have been like freaked out when it's about to die. Pretty normal stuff. Background. I just pixeled straight up. I think this is technically 1, 2, 3 colors up there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, pretty straightforward. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun doing the pixel art for this. I don't really have much to say about it. It's nice pixel art. Cutscene, beam shot. I exported my stuff in frames, or not in frames, but as a slideshow. I love this animation because it really reminds me of what is it? Another World is the game. Pretty easy stuff. The only thing that's a little bit lazy about this is there's no light being casted around the tunnel as it's traveling through this hole, or out of the hole, I guess, technically. So technically the right way to do lighting is you have this area would have been more lit as it goes down. Art. Let's see. Slide. Yeah, slideshow. There's not much for me to say. It's just one of those things where you, I mean, it's just kind of an intuition thing. I don't have much else to say, but yeah, it's just, I just kind of, whenever I pixel, I just start out with really rough shapes and then I just clean it up. I don't have much to say, but you can kind of notice how that's very true in this. You see how this shape is not rendered that much? It's literally no different than me just doing this. Oh, 1 second. Just taking that. That's literally all it is. But then of course I'd actually have to take the time to render that and, you know, go in and start making shapes and stuff like that, you know, whatever, just yeah, there you go. So that's what you have to do. That's how the process is for a lot of things. You start with a rough shape and then you block it out. Or sometimes if you're confident, you can just start up with the details, which can work. Slide 1. Yep. I should have chosen a different color for this, but whatever. For the text, but it's fine. Ah, man, those colors though. It's like bubblegum candy land colors. But it does kind of help emphasize the that you save the world in the game. End. Oh wow, what in the world? Holy cow. So like, yeah, there would have been a cutscene, I guess, where you see the world and then it fades to like green. I don't know why I didn't do this. I think we were really running out of time and I needed to give Kevin like the least amount of assets to work with. So it just ended with this, which is fine. Ah, it's so green. What a story. It's so emotional. Yep. Nothing here. Enemy sprite die. Yeah. Effects. Coin get. A lot of this is, yeah, okay. I don't need to go through these because you saw them in the actual game file. Menu. I provided the sprites for him to put into the menu. Yep, okay, so it is a checkpoint. There you go. Checkpoint. And for some reason, the color changes. I think this would have just animated like this. Maybe not this fast. That looks a little better, like that. It would have looked like this. You touch it, and all your dreams come true. Coins, contact crystal. That's a good name. Actually, did I call it that? I think I called it that. That's funny. Crystal fire. It is funny how when you name your asset something, programmers, assuming the name is good, usually programmers will base the name off of your asset name too. So I try to be mindful of that whenever I make assets for the coder. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like this. I want to take a look at this. Oh, that would have been so sick. Look at that. This would have been the magnetic crystal and would have had this kind of look effect to it. That's so cool. That's sick. Animating this wasn't that hard. You just kind of... The thing with fire, I mean, it's practice. You just kind of... It's all based on observation and just animating a lot. But the property for fire is things always go up. It likes to climb. Fire loves climbing. And you, as it gets higher, you reduce the amount of flames. And you make the ends very like dark. Because you notice how it starts in the center it's hot. And the outside it starts to cool down. Yeah. This is the sort of thing where you can learn just by observing. But it is a little hard to do in the beginning. But you get better at it as you keep trying. Signposts. I'm not sure why we did signposts. I don't know if that was my idea or not. It might have been. Maybe it was because I was playing like Pac-Man 2 or some garbage bad video game. Let's see. Grass burn. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, this isn't the first time I've tried animating fire, so you can only imagine just how bad the first time I've animated explosions in fire was. And this is proof that, yeah, you don't. This is still pretty good. I've definitely gotten better, but this is just showing you guys that it's, you know, it's just an experience thing. It's nothing more than that. It's hard, but it's not impossible. Yep. Pedestal. TNT. Player carry idle. Jump, run, die. Oh, snap. There's a death sprite. Oh, wow. Good lighting right there. That's great. You would have freaking died, son. Idle. One thing I'm not really sure why I did it the way I did, but notice how this idle animation is literally just, it's kind of like gradually getting lighter and then darker. I'm not sure why I did that, honestly. I animated this way with Tempora, which is a game I made for the Buswick. And that game, I was trying to go with like sort of like an impressionist-ish sort of painterly kind of look. It's not entirely true, obviously, because it's pixel art, but it kind of has this weird, vivid like movement with the colors, and that's what I was trying to do with this. But I kind of look at this and, yeah, whatever, it's fine. It's shipped. Jump, single frame, run animation. Running is hard to animate. Oh wow, look at that subpixel blending right there. That looks so distorted. Actually doesn't look bad. The rendering actually is pretty good. Throw animation. Take a look at that. Smearing. All the animations start off on the idle so that Kevin has an easy time lining all the sprites up. So he would delete this frame technically, and then it would just, on frame 1, you'd see this this one instead. This smear. Player UI. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, there was actually the word that said score. There was even an escape key, though we never used that. We never used the escape button, and we never used the up arrow for the game. But I provide them just in case Kevin might want them. I don't know why that's a GIF. I'm really trying to see if I have any like unused stuff, but I guess not. I guess not. So that's the pixel art. Pretty wonderful. It's a beautiful thing. It was interesting. I mean, this is technically, I guess, the first Global Game Jam collaboration I did. The second one being Day of the Dead. I'm going to save this for the blog post, actually. So, oh, man. All right, let's take a look at what I've got here. Level. Let's take a look at the unused music. The soundtrack is available on Bandcamp for free. Let's take a look. This actually doesn't sound that bad. I don't know why I didn't use it. I guess when I was working on it, I didn't feel too confident about it because I'm not sure if it really would have gotten the player like pumped up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna freaking. I don't actually know, but just something about it didn't click with me. But it's a good song. I really like the section that's happening here. The second act part of the song is pretty cool. I should probably upload this to that unused part of the soundtrack on the Bandcamp. Sounds pretty good. Alright, let's see. Menu. Is this the same thing? Oh, this is definitely different. Yeah, it's not a bad melody. I mean, it's very tame as a melody, if you want to call it that. Oh, okay, so it's literally the same song file. I just replaced instruments. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. That would have played that if you win. Interesting instrument choice. Da 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 da. Not bad. Pretty good. That was the unused music. Let's jump ahead. Yeah, that song isn't that bad. I don't know why I didn't use it. I guess I was just like, I think the main song sounded so good that I was like, it just would have been a letdown to hear that one. So. Unfortunately, Kevin totally did not. He made the credits scroll too fast, and you don't get to hear that full song. But that's the full one, in which you can actually hear in the Bandcamp version. So it's not all left. It's not all left behind. Such a good song. The main level theme is just like bumping. I love it. So I think I took the level song and then I just converted it over. Yeah, that's all this is. Dun, dun. Yeah, that's literally what happened, and then I slowed it down. Oh man, such a great intro. I love it. So yeah, this song just sounds so much better than the other one. The other one is a nice tame feel. In some ways I do think it might have fit better, but I mean this song just has such a good melody. Just like it's just bumping. Like there's no other way to put it. Da-da-da. Oh wait, hold on a second. I can pitch bend this sucker. Watch this. Pitch bends. That's how you make it really melodramatic. Yeah. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, great melody. I really like that melody a lot. It's really great. I give it the Brandon Song seal of approval. And with that, the stream is pretty much done. There's not much else for me to really show. I mean... Oh, I should turn the loop off on that. Oh, yeah. So, Kevin never got to add my amazing DBZ sound effect. But there's going to be a large blasting sound. So that would have happened if you threw the crystal in the dumpster, but that was a no-go. A lot of these are just reused sounds from Laser Panic. That's funny. But, yeah. Well, that's all I got, guys. That was a fun stream. What I'm going to do is I will upload this onto YouTube, and I'll probably put timestamps in the description or as a comment. Next week, let's see, Friday is just going to be a pretty casual blog post. I'm just going to do something talking about some speedrun tricks and Crystal Conduit. But let me see. Next week... I might play Hotline Miami. That's what I was thinking, possibly. I might end up doing that, just doing a playthrough of Hotline Miami 2, because I'm kind of feeling that game lately. So we'll see. That's what's kind of on my radar. Hotline Miami 2. I think I like the first one more, but just pulling up that game made me kind of want to like try it out again, just see like. It's been a while, so that's why I kind of want to pull it up and try it. It'll be fun. It'll be a little bit different. You know, it's not going to be a speed run or anything, but I like to make these Wednesday streams a little bit more varied. As much as I enjoyed playing Advance Wars, I do feel like there was a lack of variety. But yeah, that's the current plan. So Friday, blog posts. Wednesday, next time, will likely be Hotline Miami 2. I'm trying to think what other games are going to get speedrunned or played next. We're probably not going to do speedrun for a while. So I was talking actually to Austin, one of the coders for Day of the Dad, and the hope is he's going to fix the fabled pickup glitch. So if he does that, you can potentially expect a Day of the Dead world record attempt again. So that is something. I have theories on improving the score for that game, but I'm kind of intentionally trying to hold off on that game and let this world record kind of sit for a little bit, because I feel pretty good about 52. But yeah, that will be a thing, and it'll be pretty awesome. And I have a very good feeling that once he fixes that pickup glitch in the score, you can definitely expect there to be a run again. And I'm feeling pretty confident that I know of some ways to get an even better score for that one. And for Crystal Conduit, this was a lot of fun. I'll definitely look into speedrunning this game again. And of course, not only is there the any percent category, but there's also the 100% one as well to collect all the coins. So that one will be very hard, but that will be really awesome as well. So those aren't going to be happening anytime soon, but they're definitely on the horizon. I'm trying to think what else is happening. Tomorrow, possibly, there may be a Hotline Miami, a art stream. We'll see. I'm kind of looking into doing more pixel art tomorrow, so because I enjoy doing that casual pixel art stream, and I think that'd be fun just to keep making progress on this current project named Atto. Let's see, but I think that about covers it. You can, of course, follow me on Twitter. I do have a Discord as well. I think you can find it on this Twitch archive down below in the info area. So I do have a Discord server. Of course, I also have a YouTube as well and a Facebook. But yeah, the blog posts happen at tinywarriorgames.com, and you kind of have to navigate a little bit for it, but it's the top left menu. Then you can go to the news page, I believe. So every Friday I'll do blog posts. So sweet. Well, that was the stream, guys. That was a lot of fun. And I'm glad to be able to show people this game and just kind of look at the code. Looking at the code, as much as people say, you got to stream often and be active with the community, the biggest problem with that is streaming game development is extremely boring, and not many people stick around. Only like really dedicated fans want to like watch you develop. But game development is really boring, and not a lot of people like to stick around for that sort of thing. So the point I'm trying to make is I want to stream more game development. It's just hard to, because spoiler content or it's just boring. That's what makes it really difficult. And people say, better commentary, but you can have the most beautiful commentary, and you know what? That's definitely a good thing to have, but like, I feel like if you're doing that and you're streaming, you might as well just do a podcast. So I have mixed opinions streaming game development. I enjoy doing it, but I find people don't like watching me do code. So, because even when I was showing the code for this game, I could just feel that, yeah, there's some stuff that's like, it's not interesting. It really isn't. It's just one of those things where it's a tedious process. It's one of the not interesting phases of game development that can really tire you out, and a lot of people give up at. But yeah. So, with that, the stream is done. This will be archived on Twitch and YouTube, and I'll make sure to try to put timestamps at the YouTube version. So, anyways, thank you all for watching, and have yourself a good night. At least over here, it's nighttime.